Welcome viewers to Theek TV. Today, let's talk about the Kenya's political pact. Now, the reunion between the opposition leader Raila Amolo Odinga and President William Ruto have joined hands in a new pact. But what does this really mean for Kenyans? Is this a step toward unity, or are we witnessing the slow death of democracy? Now, this agreement could bring stability to Kenya's often chaotic politics. Maybe in which way? One of the ways I personally, as I think, it may reduce political hostility. It may allow smoother implementation of government policy. It may encourage investor confidence and economic growth. But isn't the opposition supposed to oppose? When the opposition leader decided to join the government, what is going to happen? What is likely to be the effect of the government? As we've seen this government since it came into power, the promises have been many, but the action have been few. Some of the projects they promised have not yet started. Some of them we don't know if they exist or not. So what will this reunion results to? This reunion, it may results to the following. It may kill accountability. In this case, who is going to challenge the bad governance or the bad policy? Once the opposition has decided to merge with the government, that means that there will be nobody to do it, to challenge the policies made by the government, whether the policies will affect the common citizen or not. 2, the betrayal of voters. If you look at the past election, more than 6 million Kenyans voted for opposition. So the merge of the opposition to the government may result to the betrayal, where several Kenyans or some Kenyans will feel so betrayed, and that will bring what's called instability in the country. Number 3, this one may result to what we call creating of a backroom deals, where they will have to break some policies and create the positions that are not existing in our constitution in order to absorb the opposition leader in the government. Now, if the opposition stops opposing, should we still call it an opposition? Or should we refer to a country that has no opposition, since the opposition leader has decided to merge with the government? What is your take on this? Please send your comment as we continue analyzing. Now, what will be the big irony in this reunion? Now, let's look at the history, the political background of Kenya concerning the opposition. Now, this is not the first time we've seen a handshake between rivals. Raila Odinga has a history of shifting between the opposition and the government, often in the name of national unity. Remember, in 1998, the cooperation with KANU. Raila Odinga cooperated with KANU after the 1997 elections, where Raila Odinga lost the presidency to Daniel Arap Moi. He joined the ruling party KANU, just in the name unity. In 1998, the same year, this party, National Development Party, his party, National Development Party, NDP, started cooperating with the Moi's government. That means that the kill of opposition role is started before. If you remember very well, by 2001, Raila was appointed Minister for Energy, fully integrated into the government. That means that the opposition leader who was supposed now to take control, to take accountability, or to check the government, has now joined the government officially. However, in 2002, he broke ties with KANU when Moi endorsed Uhuru Kenyatta as his successor instead of Raila Odinga. So that simply means Raila went to the government expecting that in 2002 he will be endorsed to run for the presidency. but unlikely Uhuru Kenyatta was endorsed. That made Raila Odinga to do what? To move out of KANU. In 2008, the Grand Coalition government was formed. This is after a highly contested 2007 elections where Raila claimed victory against Mwai Kibaki. Post-election violence erupted, leaving over 1,000 dead. To restore peace, an agreement brokered by Kofi Annan led to the formation of a Grand Coalition government. That is in 2008. Raila was made Prime Minister, sharing power with the President Kibaki. So if you look at those instances, that's simply the opposition leader joining the government, killing the opposition role in the country by joining merging the opposition with the government. In 2018, the name handshake, we heard about the name handshake, where there was a handshake with the Uhuru Kenyatta, between Raila Odinga and the Uhuru Kenyatta, after losing the 2017 election to Uhuru Kenyatta. Raila initially rejected the results, leading to protest and political instability that resulted to the death of several individuals of Kenyan citizens. On March 9, 2018, Raila and Uhuru shocked the nation with their famous handshake, signaling a truce just in the name of unity. This move saw Raila working closely with the government despite officially being in the opposition. Many believed that the handshake led to the weakening of opposition politics and the rise of William Ruto as the main critic of the government. If you look at 2024 and 2025, now there has been a new pact with William Ruto, where after opposing Ruto in the 2020 elections, Raila again decided to work with the government in 2024-2025. And this comes after Raila has tried to contest for the chairmanship of African Union, whereby he did not make it. Therefore, on comeback to the country, they formed a pact with William Ruto. This new pact aims at national development, but critics argue it is another political move that weakens the opposition. Now, what do you think, you as a Kenyan? It's high time now we ask ourselves questions. Are we really having the politicians that are responsible for Kenyans, or we are having the politicians that are there for their selfish interest? What is your thought on that? What is this pattern of power that is taking place in this country? Raila has historically moved between opposition and the government whenever political transition arises, often in the name of unity. But every time he does, the opposition weakens. Is this true leadership or just political survival? Will this time be different, or is history repeating itself? What do you think as a Kenyan? How do you take this pact to be? Are we supposed now to rise and say no to this particular formation of government, to this particular merging of the opposition and the government? What is the real question here? Who are the beneficiary of this? Who are going to benefit when the such issues arise? When an individual who's supposed to be in the opposition decided to join the government? Is this a move for national progress or a betrayal of democracy? Should we be happy that politicians are working together, or worried that they are working to themselves? Because at the end of the day, this unity may result to the development or not. And most of the time, this unity has resulted to the development of some areas and not considered as the whole country, where you find that the region of that particular individual is the one that develops, and unlike these other regions that are left, other projects remain incomplete. Should we be happy that politicians are working together, or should we get worried that they are working for themselves? If the opposition and the government are now one, where does that leave the ordinary Kenyans? These are the questions we're supposed to start asking ourselves. These are the decisions that we Kenyans should wake up, and since we are looking towards the 2027 election, we need to now sit down and ask ourselves, what does this particular policy refer to? Are we going to work with this type of constitution? Is the constitution a problem, or the politicians have decided to park the constitution aside? What do you think? Give me your opinion in the comment. Thank you, as we will continue talking about the politics and analyzing the current trending issue in our country.